People ask me all the time questions like, Jake, how do you think my business is going to do? If I open an agency, how much money am I going to make? Where is this industry going to be in a few years? They ask me questions that are basically all revolving around them wanting to know how they're going to do and how this industry is going to evolve going forward. Now, I want to state, I don't have a crystal ball. I am not a soothsayer. I cannot, I'm not a water walker. I can't read the future. All right. I have no ability to do that at all. But I can tell you this just based on stuff that I've read, based on what I've observed, and based on what I see out there, this industry is just going to grow and grow and grow. And it's grown and grown and grown the entire time I've been involved in it. And there's a good reason for that. And that is because the overall broad trend of the economy is one where vertical integration, right? Having everything under one roof and doing everything yourself is becoming more and more and more expensive over time. As technologies have evolved and skill sets have evolved sort of vertically as well, it makes it much easier for a business to operate that has outsourced specific functions rather than built them up themselves in their own shop. This is extremely true when it comes to development, broadly speaking. Okay, broadly speaking, if you went back 20 years ago or more, you would see that development houses would not only, do their own software development 100% in-house, but they would go ahead and they would make the tools that did the software development in-house. And that was true. It gets more and more true the further back you go. Okay. Today, everything that you're working with, fundamental tools and platforms are quite often open source, and fundamental things that you're using to do development are made by third parties. And it's very common to bring on temporary developers or to put up to contract out specific components of software. This is true for websites and true for IT services as well. It was at one point in time, people in-housed all kinds of functions when it came to, their websites. They'd have a dedicated webmaster at the company, right, that did nothing but maintain the website. And there still is usually some person who does it. Usually they're doing a lot of other stuff, though. They're not just administrating a website in HTML all day. You're seeing that trend sort of pan out over time. And white label industry, the business of reselling solutions from developers that are centralized and in a different location, it plays right into that. Now, there's another force at work, and that is automation. Broadly speaking, automation is going to cause a lot of businesses to go out of business. It's a combination of automation, globalism. There's lots of factors there. I don't want to get into that, but basically people get worried about, there are going to be less businesses in the future. Doesn't that mean it's going to get harder to sell? Not necessarily, because you're in the business that's putting businesses out of business. Okay. You're in the business of selling businesses on a methodology of marketing, methodology of protection of their reputations, methodology of sales, and methodology of business functionality that, is something they need. They're going to need that more and more. So, yeah, there might be less businesses, but look at the types of businesses that are, set to face the biggest challenges going forward. And you're looking at businesses that, broadly speaking, are legacy type of businesses, right? Businesses that have, mundane, repetitive tasks that can be automated away. Okay, the kind of business that we're involved in, the kind of clients that we build up and that we have are not those kind of businesses, generally speaking. I'm not saying you couldn't specialize in selling, white label services to a trucking company or to a canning factory or to, some kind of assembly plant or something like that. I'm not saying that they don't need websites too, but broadly speaking, stepping way back from the situation and looking broadly at what's going on, those kinds of businesses, they don't make up the core of businesses that are in a high competition online and really need to have all these IT services. Restaurants do, lawyers do, doctors do, plastic surgeons do. Businesses that are looking to connect with customers locally or nationally or globally on the internet, those businesses really need our services. That's the core of our market, broadly speaking. Educational institutions, all kinds of different, businesses need what we have. Stores online, businesses that make stuff need stuff online too. Automation is going to do nothing but help those businesses going forward to be more efficient, to increase productivity. So The state of this industry is going to do nothing but grow and grow and grow going forward, as far as I can tell. Now, I'm not saying some, black swan event can't come along and derail that prediction, or, maybe something will just totally radically change. Now, this video will be so crazy looking at it from 10 years in the future backwards, but I don't think so. I really think that when it comes to white label reselling, we have a really good chance of, just growing for massively. And opening yourself an agency where you cater to local businesses, or even regional or statewide or national, whatever. Opening yourself a business that resells services to them and becomes that consultant facilitator for all this stuff. How can that be bad? It really can't. The other side of this is maybe it's because I work at Rocket Driver, and Rocket Driver as a company is a business that we focus upon, going out there and helping entrepreneurs start up a business with a very low overhead. Okay, maybe it's because of that. I don't see it as at all risky, because with us, let's just think about it. Just go hypothetical with me here. Say that you go and you decide, okay, I'm going to white label resell. You start up with Rocket Driver. It's like peanut money. It's less than the cost of I think the yearly cost to be with Rocket Driver is probably a month of your mortgage or something, less than that, probably by a lot. So you have this one extra mortgage payment a year to have for your infrastructure, total infrastructure. It's all there, right? Everything's there that runs your business. You get your website, you get all of your marketing tools, your services, your everything, right? Your CRM, everything's there. So you have that. That means that this is, in terms of its overhead, pretty much a hobby, right? And if, sales were to go down, right? Like, let's say you started up and you were making, I don't know, let's just throw a figure out there. Say you were making 5 sales a month. All right. And, over a period of 6 months, you make, 30 sales. And the next 6 months, you make another 30. And then 6 months after that, you make 20 or something, right? Because of the nature of the services you're selling, your sales are compounding, right? You're getting hosting charges, you're charging for campaigns, you're going back and upselling services, on and on and on. It compounds over time, and yet your expenses don't compound, right? It's not like, whoa, now I have 60 clients, I have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars more in overhead. No, not at all. It can still be a hobby. And because of that, it makes it a no-risk proposition, to go into this industry and to look at it from that perspective that, you don't have to come into this industry heavy. No, we're not asking you, or the industry itself is not asking you to go massively into debt and take a humongous risk. It's saying to you, you can come into this at whatever level you want and pursue your goals at whatever level you want. You're not forced by the nature of the business to have a massive investment like you would if you open a restaurant or a bar or start a charter fishing company, or, most businesses have massive capital equipment costs or massive costs on a monthly basis that are exponential. In other words, they accumulate and they grow exponentially over time as the business, functions and maybe gets a client base. We don't have that here. And because of that, it makes it a very good industry going forward. And I can't see it doing anything but growing. Anyhow, that's going to conclude this video. If you liked it, smash the like button. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up, all that kind of fun stuff. Register, subscribe to our channel. Go ahead and check us out, rocketdriver.com. You can learn more about us and about just what it is we do for people probably just like you.